final upload for today is with regards to the issues that are of concern for the Me Too movement and for women that have been violated and that have been assaulted and that have experienced sexual violence or any issues of the sort that aren't pleasant to discuss but are relevant in this entire vendetta that I'm experiencing. I think, as I've mentioned and made it very clear in my previous two uploads, I'm absolutely disgusted with the level of disrespect in a community that I've worked in and that I have respected since I have been living here all my life. This vendetta of hate crime has tarnished a community with lies, deception, and falsehoods. This has also caused an issue with regard to matters concerning sexual assault and sexual violence and how women are endangered in the community and why and how authorities aren't in a position to safeguard the vulnerable citizens in a society like women and children. As I've mentioned, the DPP are fully aware of the offences that I've experienced. It's common knowledge as well about what I experienced over 10 years ago and what I recovered from. And it's common knowledge that this issue is being intentionally ignored, as well as the issue of marital desertion, etc. So I'm just wondering about the role of the authorities and the justice system in a 2020 democracy. I'm wondering about how the defamation and ridicule and the scandalising of a woman is being facilitated while guilty culprits spinning tall tales and perpetrating the most horrendous offences without consequence for the regard of the future of a community or future generations are being, how they're being facilitated. So I'm wondering at what cost are authorities and politicians prepared to endanger the law-abiding citizens whose right to freedom is to be protected and respected. I'm wondering about deserters in their marriages being facilitated, and I'm wondering about the violation of my marital rights and my property rights, and I'm wondering how is it explicable that I'm in HAPS accommodation, and I'm wondering as a qualified educator how this issue of unemployment has occurred and how and who have stolen and damaged my professional opportunities and brought my good name into disrepute with lies and defamation that has not been rectified. So there's been a lot of unsubstantiated comments and claims, and I find it unjustifiable and absolutely despicable to be in this circumstance. As I've mentioned, this vendetta has involved individuals that have no relevance to be in my experience or to have discussed what they discussed or to have any claim to anything that I have worked on professionally, creatively, etc., etc., since 2006. The individuals that have violated my privacy have also perpetrated inviolability of dwellings, and they have endangered innocent life and have stolen so much that I'm wondering how the justice system that is fully aware of the spiritual violence and that vendetta and the significance of that vendetta, I'm wondering how the justice system is facilitating the wrongdoings I'm experiencing. So these individuals that have stolen so much and have not compensated for what they have damaged or what they have stolen from me, I'm wondering about how the justice system is going to play a role in this. Is it going to turn a blind eye, or is it going to facilitate further assaults of Emer Griffin McElligott, and is it going to facilitate a violation of freedom of a law-abiding citizen while guilty culprits run amok on property they don't own, that they have no right to, that has involved, as I've said, financial theft and financial exploitation and other more serious issues of children's rights violations. So these are the matters I'm contending with on my own, without supports or services, or without the authorities actually acknowledging my victim impact statement that was sent to the DPP, while the clever, intelligent individuals that have caused this vendetta and that have stolen so much are being prioritised and safeguarded. So I'm just wondering, is there any regard for the reputation of this county and country? I'm wondering, are professionals aware of the significance with regard to thievery that has occurred and the scandalising of a family woman, a teacher? Does the authorities and the justice system realise the significance of not protecting the teachers in society and mothers in society when other less scrupulous individuals are claiming the most outrageous falsehoods? So, as a teacher, this is how vulnerable it is to be in a vendetta of hate crime. And this is the kind of example that's being set to young people. And this is the concern of an educator and a humanitarian and a Gashka recipient, that people in this community have thought it, you know, insignificant to acknowledge with regards to my career and professional credentials. So there's been a very serious matter caused with human rights and hate crime. The tales keep spinning, and the lies and the falsehoods and the threats are still prominent and imminent in society simply due to the professionals and officials actually confronting and rectifying the damage done. And I hope the authorities and the politicians that ignored these violations and offences are aware of the threat to any citizen or victim of these kind of individuals, and the violation of freedom, and what happens when a person's right to freedom is violated. Um, are the authorities aware of how dangerous a situation has been caused by ignoring the culprits of these crimes against Emer Griffin McElligott due to the issue of my property rights and my marital rights and my family rights? So these are just the issues that a victim of hate crime experiences. The human rights issue is common knowledge. The UN agencies have been hearing from me since these offences have been perpetrated, and the issue of identity theft and the falsification of information and the disrespect of the Constitution, and violations of privacy, etc., and people just imposing and intruding is just inexplicable for any human being to be comprehending and confronting single-handedly, while further offences and threats are being perpetrated. So I hope that the President of Ireland would have a little bit of consideration for this teacher in Tralee, County Kerry, Ireland. And I hope the Taoiseach is aware that the lack of acknowledgement and recognition of these very serious offences is a very sad sign of the times. And as regards the morality of the country, I'm very concerned that this kind of a situation would be facilitated. So, with regards to the truth conquers all, it is yet to remain seen whether people have the honesty and the integrity to come clean and to pay up for what they have damaged and for what they have stolen from me, Emer Griffin McElligott, in Tralee, County Kerry, Ireland, over the past 10 years, and even more so and worse so in the past 2 years.